Coming up next, vgj Thunder versus Optic Gaming.
A familiar battle in Dota 2. Blue versus green is our final game of Group D to decide whether vgj Thunder or Optic Gaming go to the upper or the lower bracket. Neither team goes home. Good news for them. And it's another best of 3. And it's another chance for vgj Thunder to take down Optic, as they think in their minds they should have done the first time round. We've also had a little bit of a change here at the panel. We welcome Capitalist alongside Black and Sunsfan. Cap, these are the two teams, aren't they? This is the whole story for us. We want to know who wins the last major and all those cool things, and see the new EG and the new Na'Vi and all that kind of stuff. But when it comes down to it, DPC-wise, these are the two on either side of the fence.
Yes, there is. We were kind of a stone's throw away from this kind of being a dead major in a way. Fortunately, Optic is here to make this storyline a whole lot more exciting, and being able to get there through the upper bracket would be the start. For them.
It's kind of weird how it's all worked out, Suns fan. And I look at you because you used to have a team that would do this quite frequently. No, in a legitimate way. We thank OG because it's OG breaking apart that then allowed Optic to get here through the back door. And Misery was obviously at EG, having been at OG, but he was originally with you guys, so you're the reason that we've got Optic.
You know what? I can't
this event.
I can't keep track of this stuff anymore. Apparently, I'm just related to everybody in the scene somehow, right? That's just how.
Are you the Kevin Bacon of the Dota 2 scene? Is that it? How many Suns fans am I away?
He's Dota royalty now, isn't he? We just have to accept it. We're going to move into the draft pretty quickly, gents, between us, because we've already talked about these two teams already earlier on in the show. But Black, who do you fancy, without seeing any drafts, who do you fancy out of these two teams? Do you think Thunder have the ability to come back into this, should have won the first one?
I thought Thunder should have 2-1 them today. In the third game for sure. They played much better early on, but then they got beaten by a Spectre late game. And I don't know, like, losing to a Spectre late game is something that happened to a lot of people before, you know? It's just like you lose 1 or 2 fights you shouldn't have, and then suddenly Spectre's just too strong and you can't win anymore. But I think they played the better game early on. And if they do that again, I think they'll come out on top here too.
Do you think that Bloodseeker was good that game? Like, do you think it was a good choice? Yeah, for the last game.
I actually did not like it.
Okay, me neither. Okay, so I was going to start this panel off by saying, from what I gathered, I didn't see the games because I was on the other stream, but from what I gathered, vgj Thunder do not understand Broodmother, and I'm not convinced that they understand Bloodseeker either.
I agree. I mean, they have 1 stun with Bloodseeker. It's not good.
Yeah.
It's not possible.
I mean,
it is possible.
On the flip side of this is a criticism have been leveled at a lot of the Chinese teams, other than maybe LGD, of not exploring some of these out there heroes, some of the side meta heroes, the Broods, the Huskars, the Bloodseekers of this world. Well, at least they're doing it.
Yeah, but they're doing it without understanding it yet, which proves to me that they still have not experimented enough in their scrims.
Well, the good news is this is their second life, right?
Yeah.
I mean, the fact that they lost already to these same guys in the same day, they've learned from their mistakes.
Other tournaments, they would have been out of the tournament by now.
Exactly.
It takes a lot of guts to pick a Brood, though, when you don't really play it, right? It's like, let's say you asked me, can you play Brood, right?
Who's going to say no? Who's going to say no?
Exactly. Who's going to say no? Because the entire team's going to be like, ah, dude.
Do you think Yang had like the deer in the headlights? They're like, this is a good Brood bait. Can you play it? He's just like,
I've played it a couple of times in my pub game, so.
Diffusal Blade is good, right?
Well, something else to keep in mind. This is the third series, right, for vgj Thunder today? Fatigue may or may not come into play as well.
I mean, it's going to be fatigue on both sides, right?
Yeah, it's Optic's
if anything,
as well,
Thunder had a very relaxing series against Infamous.
Yeah, that's kind of true, actually.
They just kind of strolled into this final game.
And then there's the other side of this. Like, Optic have had to take a break. They've been out for a couple of hours. They've had a rest. Nice.
After they got spanked by LGD real hard.
And vgj Thunder just carry on playing. We've talked about this thing before. Is it better that a team carries on playing, or is it better that they have a break? Every team is different, right, Black?
Yeah, I personally like playing. Just keep playing and playing and playing and playing. Even at TI, you know, you come from a loser bracket. Even though you played like 2 or 3 games already, you come off momentum, you know. Right. And you're warmed up already. Yeah.
Especially if you're playing well that day, because you just want to carry on playing then when you're playing well.
Because like fatigue, I think it's a factor, but usually you have like so much adrenaline that it doesn't really show until after the series.
Right.
Yeah.
All right, we've got Jakiro Naga again for vgj Thunder. Something they've shown us plenty of.
Jakiro Naga, one of the best combos in the game. Ice Path, Sleep. can set up devastating team fights. And I really like the Elder Titan. It can actually cancel the initiation out of sleep range.
I think last time we saw this, they maybe, I think, coupled it with the Warlock as well. The double the chance Titan to cancel that.
Is insane team fight.
So the only way to counter sleep is to get an own hero. Puts people to sleep.
Exactly.
That's what Tom does, right?
Mm-hmm.
Next level. Bloodseeker going to be banned away by Optic. Obviously, they had problems with it in that game 3.
Yeah. And now they actually have stuns on Thunder.
Yeah. It'd be a lot more dangerous to set up with the sleep into silence combo.
Yeah. What are they looking for here? I don't like DP without a save, so I do hope they still pick one of the heroes that can at least frontline for him as an offlane, hopefully.
You save him with a golem, bro.
Right? Golem? I mean, if there's a Warlock, yeah, that counts as a save.
Yeah. Not really. I mean, in some ways, I guess, but I know what you're saying.
Yeah. You have to Shadow Word. You have to heal. We're talking about Warlock, right?
Yes.
Okay, good. Yeah, you have to Shadow Word. You have to slow. It's really good mechanics to save the DP if he doesn't get bursted, of course.
So we're talking about heroes that, because we already have the Elder Titan, so most of the like the Tusk, for example, is a little bit less likely. So maybe 3 position that gives you some saving mechanisms. I actually think that Darkseer is quite dangerous in the hands of Optic. And sets up really well with the Elder Titan, as well as it shoves out lanes, which I think is pretty important against any of these Naga Siren lineups. They usually have superior 5-on-5 team fight, so you want to make sure that you do have the option at least to be able to keep the side lanes pushed in.
That combo they had in the last series was probably the best play so far this entire tournament. Yeah. That was with Burrow Strike after, I believe, right? So Sand King was in there.
Sand King old Burrow Strike.
Yeah.
Into a vacuum. I also really like Darkseer because he builds all the aura items. He builds Crimson Guard, he builds Pipe, and that's exactly what DP needs as well. Just protect the DP, he'll deal damage for you.
So they get Rubik here? No, they get Disruptor.
Disruptor.
Okay. Dat Raptor against Naga Siren is always good. The sleep AoE got nerfed pretty heavily, so any of these longer range, both of the supports actually have catch mechanisms outside of the sleep.
Yeah, can't just sleep and TP out now. You get glimpsed. Unless you have the Disruptor and the sleep, of course. But they still don't have a save for the DP. Playing DP without save is quite scary, right?
Disruptor is a great Darkseer hero. I mean, I'm feeling it right now.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Darkseer is really good against Jakiro as well as Naga as well. It's quite good. I could definitely see it.
Why do you think it's? You think it's good against Naga because of the split push options?
Yeah, because you can shove out the waves, and he can't really push against you with those illusions because it just dies so fast. Yeah. And usually you spend like 1 level in it. How much damage do they take? 500%, I believe, or 600.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Yeah, so like Iron Shell on the illusion for 1 or 2 seconds and it's gone. And you just keep shoving out the wave. That's what makes Naga so strong in the mid game.
Are we going to see Mirana again from the Chinese? We've been seeing a lot of that with the Naga.
From Optic.
It's been very popular.
Either one, I guess.
I would like Mirana, but it's not that strong against DP and Disruptor, though.
Yeah, I think Disruptor is problematic for you.
Yeah. They don't care, though. They do not care. They're kind of just copying LGD now.
I mean, this leap attack speed, it's pretty scary.
I'm not saying it's not a good pick, but I feel like they haven't done this before, and they're kind of just copying LGD.
That's how you get better. You copy the best.
Yeah, there's also the whole Chinese scrim.
They might have scrimmed it, of course. Yeah. So we don't know that.
It might be that they've played LGD and they've been scrimming, and then they've both been using it against each other. So never quite know. This is where we want that insider information from Jack.
Have they played it in officials before? I believe not.
Not before here, no.
Yeah. Third pick.
Slark is kind of okay here because it's against the Mirana.
Yeah, they probably want a last pick, though, if they want to pick it.
For sure, for sure.
Yeah. Now they want to just go. I think they would just show their offlane right now and pick the carry for last. Yep. The Axe, the tanky guy that can save the DP as well. Set up for the DP, set up for the combos.
Mirana really doesn't like Axe at all because she's a fragile agility hero.
I mean, if I'm Mirana, I don't like 3 of the heroes already.
Yeah.
And even Titan, if you ever get the duels, you get stomped. Yeah. You're in danger.
But they do have this really nice combination. might be able to pop a Death Prophet or something. They get the initiation. Neither one of these teams favoring the Beastmaster. I noticed that's kind of outside of the pool right now.
A little bit
surprising to me.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yang's Beastmaster is really good though.
Yeah.
Medusa. I like that.
That is a solid counter.
Yeah, we spoke about it before, or I spoke about it before. I think Medusa is really good against DP on lane.
Yeah.
60-40, maybe even better.
It's because the snake, right? You can't like come forward. We were talking about it, me and Bulldog, in our series together. Like every single time, you want to be able to get close to this heroes, you can't. It's range for him. The snake is dangerous to play around.
Yeah, and the thing is also, when you team fight, you can't just run in with DP because of the stone gaze. You kind of have to like play on edge, and you hate doing that. And if you ever get stone gaze, you take like 50% bonus damage.
Axe hates you because you're just not a hero that can be easily killed.
Until very late game, at the very least. So it is the Mirana offlane most likely. I don't want to see it as a carry. A carry Mirana is weird for me. I rather like aggro dual offlane it.
You know, last time Optic picked Weaver, everybody hated it. It wasn't as bad as it looked.
I mean, it was
or
really
it wasn't as bad when we thought in the draft, but
it was pretty bad later on though.
So I think it actually makes Slark look better.
Slark is really good.
And then
you think they ban it here?
Any mage is kind of out there.
I was gonna say with Black's on the panel.
They banned Drow though.
We got to root for AM.
Yeah, the Drow Ranger with Dusa and Mirana kind of makes sense. I was thinking about that as well. Just, where has this Mirana been running? I didn't see the LGD game.
Offlane and mid.
Offlane and mid, okay.
Both.
I thought both of them would.
But not safely.
What did we have earlier? We had a Mirana, Drow.
It's a great dual lane hero, so that makes sense.
Wait, 1 second. Didn't vgj play Mirana today in the series on safe lane?
Yeah.
He went to like 2-1-4 build. That was really bad. I hope he doesn't do it again. You can't do that with Mirana.
They ban Brood. Just don't want to get brooded this game.
I mean, it's okay, ban.
All right, so Slark is still there technically for Optic, right?
Yeah.
We know how much Peter loves showing a team how to play a hero they've played against him and lost with.
3-3's Brood is really good.
It is really good.
And Pyke had played Axe before, so it was a possibility.
10 seconds remaining.
So, what are they lacking right now? As I said, I don't want to see this carry Mirana. I want to see some carry, some like pick-off potential.
I think I don't think teams should always set up with only Nagasarn. I think you should have a second form of initiation.
I agree. You can also like disengage with Naga Sleep.
I actually like
Doom. So it is the carry.
Okay, just a normal Doom. I actually kind of liked Slardar there for vgj.thunder, the core Slardar. I think underrepresented at this tournament.
Even support too.
Yeah.
The guy is crazy. And it goes so well with all the heroes they have, like Mirana as well as Medusa. Their damage get amplified by so much.
Yeah, they have no damage amplifier for the Dusa. And that's usually something you really want.
But Slark is even better now. Slark is one of my favorite heroes against Doom.
Yeah, agreed. You can't really blink in and Doom him, right? Because you always you could just instantly Shadow Dance.
If you ever get ulted in lane and you ever get into the fog, you're gone.
Yeah.
Because you just heal and you're just way too fast for him. And of course you build into the Lincolns later on and you man fight him. It's like, no problem. But does Pyke play Slark? I actually don't know.
I mean, there's more like a normal push lineup like Luna, Gyro's banned.
He does have one game on the Slark in the last 3 months.
You go for
Morphling.
Instead of going for the Morph.
I like it, and it definitely fits the comfort zone much more. But I still think the Slark would have been better overall.
Agreed. Optic really like it, I think, against the Doom, right? Just being able to turn into a Doom feels really powerful because the Morphling actually becomes a strong hero at 15, 20 minutes when normally he isn't, just because you're a Doom instead of a Morphling.
And you like Scorch Earth, and you just run in and kill people. It's a pretty good pick, and you should have a good lane too.
All right, let's get some predictions. Sunsfan.
vgj Thunder.
Okay.
Not by that much though. I think it's gonna be good. I think it's gonna go off 3 again.
Okay, Black.
I haven't seen a Medusa lose lately, so I'll go for Medusa. VGJ.
All right.
I'm not totally set on the Mirana. vgj.thunder still have to convince me, so I'm going to go Optic.
All right. And the Medusa on the same team. Time then to head to our commentary team as they're ready now for our next matchup. It is a best of 3. Those are 3 great men, but not the 2 men that we want. So let's send you over to them right now for game number 1.
Thanks, Paul. Yes, Optic Gaming versus vgj Thunder. I'm Eddie Pixel. I'm here with Fogged. And they finished their draft with the Pycat Morphling, a hero that we have seen Optic win a fair few games with. This is one of those sort of heroes. You put Pycat on the Luna, on the Morphling. It doesn't sort of matter how bad the mid game goes. Pycat can still carry you to victory.
Yeah, and they do actually have a little bit of an amplification. They don't have like the super amplified, but Elder Titan with Morphling can work very well versus that Dusa. That's a good way to pierce through with that mana shield and whatnot to at least get that, at least some sort of amplification. Like Cap was saying, I think that's one of the big things we're starting to see when you see these tanky cores is something to let you take these heroes down. So they do at least have that. And like they said, you can turn into the Doom. Some people look at it and they're like, morph into Doom, and people instantly start panicking because they're like, the Doom, you Doom the morph, and he's just dead. But in a lot of these situations, the animation for Doom, it's not the greatest. You're going to probably get your morph into strength up, or you'll turn into him, or you're going to build Lincolns, all these different things. Morphling can do very well versus Doom. And your high physical damage, too, versus a very low armor in the laning phase. So you can look for going those kills early.
Let's see how they do it. But of course, fighting for that spot in the upper bracket of the main event. An incredibly important series for both of these teams, and a series that we did, of course, see earlier today. Optic, of course, being the ones to come out on top, but there were some close matches in there for sure.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is more likely for us to get three games again in this series because of how close it was in that last one when they played. It was like dead even. So one game was a stomp, the next one was close, and the next one was pretty close too.
Well, let's see. Let's see what sort of lanes we get out of this as both teams look to try and scout out one another's positioning.
Look at this this pressure coming out top from Optic. They really want to just apply this pressure. Look, 6 tangos and a salve on the axe with the mango, normal. Then we click on PPD, 7 tangos and 2 mangoes.
13 tangos in one lane.
Yeah.
Well, that's a lot of tangos.
It sure is.
Any bounty runes? Just go for
2
the
for
2 for 2s.
Yep.
Both
they
sides.
put the Mirana. They're putting the Mirana in the bottom to dodge a little bit of that pressure and try to apply their own. So they put the Doom top because you have your own innate way to kind of heal versus the damage that's going to be coming up from the Battle Hunger plus the Disruptor.
Sure.
You have your Scorched Earth.
Yeah, and you got a lot of raw HP as well to sort of tank up those pure spins when the axe is able to close the gap.
So that mid matchup, just like Panel was saying, I was a little bit more about like the evenness, but when I've been thinking about it more, it does seem like it is the Dusa favored matchup. You always get hit by the Snake as the Death Prophet.
This is true. We've already seen one Death Prophet today, though, absolutely dominate a Medusa in a 1v1. I believe that was it Sylar against Resolution? Someone
no,
against
it shouldn't have been.
No, Sylar's not. It's difficult. It was right. I remember it's Resolution suffering on the Medusa at least, and that's saying something. Resolution, a very strong player. So.
Oh, look at that offensive glyph right away to make sure that CCNC can't go for that range creep. I like that play a lot there by Thunder. Just these small things in the laning phase can be very annoying. They're doubling up a creep wave onto him. And bottom though, Zai. Oh, getting aggressive with this damage.
Freeze.
Freeze.
He's in trouble. He's got the arrow. It's not going to be enough. Zai.
Get the kill.
Walks in, gives him the staples. The first blood for Optic.
But yeah, I'm still a little bit about the 50-50 on this mid-match, but I've seen it go both ways, so.
Well, so far, it's that edge for CCNC. We'll see how it does go on. As we say, it's early days. CCNC's been doing very good lanes, and it all looks like they're going to get their revenge. Arrow, follow-up from the root. Zai caught out. It's got to be careful. Anytime it steps away from the creep wave, those 2 heroes will always be there with the catch.
Side lanes will be the kill lanes. Mid lane will be the trade farm lane. Kind of what we've been used to seeing PPD. Pops the secondary mango. They're just keeping this pressure onto Yang. He's got the Scorched Earth though, but he's very low on the regen now. Actually going to be bringing more regen.
He came back in.
Oh my god.
And a spin from 33. Is that going to be enough to do it?
1 HP.
That was Yang did the maths, I'm sure. He was like, I could tank 1 more spin and a right click. I'm going back in, boys.
The courier was walking mid to give the regen to the Dusa. No longer. It instantly gets diverted toward that top lane.
And we'll be bullied back for a little bit, but we are certainly seeing, as you say, the aggression, the abuse you can put down with the Battle Hunger and Thunderstrike. It's a lot of harassment from range.
Yeah, they burned through both mangoes on PPD and 5 of his tangos as well as 4 or 5 of 33. So they've gone through a crazy amount of regen in these first 2 minutes to apply this pressure.
Well, it's working out. You got 14 for 3 CS on 33. There's only 5 for 0 on the Doom. This sort of aggressive play from Optic is letting them win this lane.
Yeah, and I mean, bottom, it's Morphling with 78 damage compared to a Mirana with 58. So you're expecting Pycat is definitely going to have the better time down here, getting those last hits as well as those denies. I guess the nice thing I saw there too that Freeze can do at least is you can always arrow that big creep as the Mirana. So you get a little bit of extra experience. I think Zai may have sapped some of that XP though.
Across the board though, CS looking very good for Optic. All 3 cores in a great position. And the DP, CCNC's doing fine in this 1v1 where we did wonder if Adusa can get an advantage. So far, so good for the Death Prophet.
The levels start hurting though if you get hit by the snakes. So CCNC just got hit by a huge snake. All of his mana is gone. And health low. DDC getting pressured up top. That hunger. Level 2. And already the ring of health on 33 Yang. He's going to step forward here. Level 2 Scorched Earth with that Infernal Blade.
Chasing down PPD, doing quite a bit of damage at PPD. He's going to survive.
They're really doing the math here. The Scorched Earth was ending. He turns, even gives him like a little right hit, the one tap.
DDC
now DDC.
Well. He's getting low. He should be fine.
Is he going to try to deny himself?
Yeah, he's okay.
No,
he's not okay.
He's not okay.
No, he's not.
I thought he was going to hit the neutral because he walked over there, but I guess he underestimated the damage this
level
time from
2 battle hunger. It doesn't. 33 now, level 4 off that. He's got the ring, still got a mango to go. He's got that sustain in the lane. Sure, the Infernal Blades are still going to be annoying. Oh, we have it. Getting these kills up top. Pycat still absolute free farm down bottom.
Yeah. They don't have... I mean, he's not really going to get netted into an arrow. If he gets netted, he'll just start morphing strength, and yeah, he's going to have the better time down here for sure with the base damage advantage like we were talking about.
And the only way this game they really can catch and kill him is if he gets doomed. If he doesn't get doomed, he should have a pretty strong chance of playing his way out of any other attempts on his life.
Top, PPD getting pressured again, but he'll be all right. PPD going for the 2 points in the Thunderstrike, bringing another 2 mangoes up and 2 clarity. So all about those consumables to put this pressure and make sure that this Doom can't walk up safely to the lane. Just non-stop throwing those spells out.
Has to be ever so careful how close he gets the creep wave. The control and setup from PPD into a Berserker's Call is a definite kill potential from Optic.
If he had call.
If he did.
Once he gets it. He might get it at 5. But they're going for just the full damage build.
Yeah, it's working out so far, just running at these heroes.
They're switching lanes even. I mean, Thunder's already like, this is not going well. Freeze is not farming. Yang is not really farming either. They have to switch something up. Maybe they can set up for a gank here. The arrow might catch Optic off guard.
It's all about Freeze and the angle he can find. He's watching on the side.
Centaur stop.
They've got it. And they should have the damage to find. Yang is taking a lot of damage in return. In fact, Zai, the stomp, can he set up anything in response? They have lost 33.
It's got a lot of damage.
Zai able to punch down DDC, now turning his attention towards Freeze, but Starfall comes out. Now Zai is incredibly low himself. In fact, with the right clicks, Freeze is going to be able to claim the double kill. Freeze coming out on top as they do make that movement, and as you say, maybe that Mirana positioning, turning up into that top fight, catching Optic off guard.
I do like that move quite a lot. I mean, they had to make some adjustment. The problem is still, though, look at Pycat's denies. 28 denies, 40 last hits. Absolute free farm. The glimpse comes out top. Freeze.
He's got a lead.
That's one. He's got to stick into another one, too, if he gets chased out, and he'll be okay. I mean, we're going to have some morphling issues for Thunder. That is for damn sure.
If you give Pycat free farm, as I was sort of saying before the game, Morphling and Luna, they're sort of the 2 big heroes that come to mind. That if he finds the farm, Pycat will probably win the game. He's just consistently been giving us these performances where he just absolutely just goes off on his core hero.
And you may even look to go for a play down here on Yang. He's got the morph. He turns into the Doom. He's got the Scorched Earth. Needs a creep, too, for that Devour Gold. Yang might just be able to get away. It's very close. Pycat turns back into the Doom.
That extra move must be for the Scorched Earth.
He's trying.
Is he going to have waveform back up in a second?
He does.
Is. Look at that, ladies and gentlemen, Pycat.
The solo kill. And top, though, they will lose PPD during this very deep dive.
As well.
He's got a full hood, though, picked up.
All right, he's got the backup of Zai, too. Zai trying to go for the stomp, but Freeze nicely jumps himself out of the radius. Able to turn around with the right clicks, and Zai is not getting away. Leap forward from Freeze. Oh,
he's dead, though, the last hit.
He is. Freeze will do it. Other than that, no arrow available, though, so PPD will be let to live. And 33, of course, whilst that chase to go on to Zai, 33 was able to cut his way around the trees and get out to safety. That's the long sort of walk through the forest. with that Quelling Blade. Pycat. It's an issue.
It's definitely an issue.
He's getting those solo kills.
They've got to try to apply pressure soon. Not just, I mean, it's still going to be pretty hard for them. DDC top. They might be able to get a trade onto PPD here. They will.
1 for 1.
We get a kill onto 33, who is now level 6, so they've got that Culling Blade to go for those future chase downs and kills.
So really up to Freeze to still just continue to make these plays, which he has been doing so far, getting himself involved in these early kills for vgj.
Siler's at least free farming, right? That's the big important thing. Have they gotten any ancient stacks just yet? No, they've been trying to like respond to the pressure that's been coming out from Optic, so no time to do that just yet. Overall, though, Optic very happy with this start. An absolute free farm Morphling.
Pycat has to be a little careful. Doom is available on Yang.
He starts, as soon as Yang steps forward, he starts morphing strength just in case. Or, I mean, I'm just going to call it morphing. It's really hard to say attribute shifting.
Yeah, yeah.
Stats. We can say stat shifting. Stat shifting, there you go. So Siler, Mask of Madness, going to be the item of choice, of course, to get that accelerated farm coming out for the Dusa, as always. But Optic, they're looking to get aggressive here. This is the 3 points in Thunderstrike, by the way, on PPD. Not something you see too often. 2 points sometimes. 3 is a bit different. Just because, I mean, they want to just applying pressure, so it does make sense. And CCC, first Exorcism. We'll look for this bottom tower.
Yang has got the Tornado out. Trying to relieve some of the pressure on PPD.
They're looking for him.
He's hunting. Moses in the trees. He's got the vision with the Thunderstrike. Glimpses his back over the other side of the kinetic field, but the rest of the team's actually not diving in with Peter.
PPD's in a
He's got to back off. DDC gets the slow. PPD will turn, get another Thunderstrike out, but indeed PPD will fall.
He's got no boots. He's very slow. Spent a lot of his gold on all those consumables early, only 500 net worth. We'll get the tome though to get that level 6 now.
Mid lane outside. Hunting for the setup.
First Exorcism, not really the most efficient usage. They wanted to get more damage on that tower, and they only got like 240 from the reactions from Thunder. But getting those early tier 1s, it's incredibly important. We talk about it all the time. When you're playing versus these ancient farmers, the Dusas, the Tinkers, the Lunas, the Gyros, you want to get those tier 1s as fast as possible.
He should have... Oh no, he hasn't got Glimpse. Glimpse still not there.
It's that level 1 Glimpse, incredibly long cooldown, even though he respawns.
Top lane as well, Pycat. Hunting for Freeze as he zips forward with the waveform, but Freeze still does have a leap available. Freeze will go for the TP out. Pycat will be unable to find him.
Treads Perseverance already though, and Pycat's moving around the map to keep this pressure too. He wants to be making moves, not just staying static in his bottom lane.
And might even find himself a tower for the team. TP will be coming in.
Well, we get caught off guard by this one.
Yang doesn't really have any sort of catch though on his own.
You can get it from the tree lines. That's the best bet. Doesn't have a Quelling Blade to cut through though. Maybe if they can get the arrow and then into the Doom, Pycat doesn't expect it. So they're trying. He gets the shift off and they don't actually get the Doom anyway. He had a feeling, it looked like.
Yeah. And it looked like Yang as well, to be fair to him. He could have let the Doom go off, but he saw the shifting happen and he actually cancelled it as well.
Yeah, it's great. It's great that he did that.
Before the waveform came out, so smart plays from both players.
Mm-hmm. Ooh, Arcane Rune on Death Prophet. The Dream.
And Exorcism back up in 5. See if Optic have a better shot at taking it out this time around with it. Mask of Madness is complete though for Sylar, so as much as we sort of talk about the ticking time bomb that the Morphling is, the same can certainly be said for Sylar's Medusa.
Definitely. Optic relying a little bit on getting this Axe Blink Dagger, which 33 is going to get at a good timing to make maybe like really look for those setups, because they don't have that chase that we usually do see from the Disruptor. We don't have that high level glimpse to try to go for those plays, so they are going to rely on Axe a bit here until those levels come out on PPD. They want to get some vision. They want to block out the Ancients or get vision around the Ancients the next few moments. See PPD starting to get this invasion coming in.
There we go.
Arcane Rune, TP ulti.
So what Sylar does in response, he's heading over. TP's coming through as well.
I mean, he's like their best D-push in this game as a Medusa with the Snake. Sure, they've got like Jakiro and stuff, but they don't kill the creep wave quite as fast. CCNC.
They're trying to set up. They've got the Moonlight Shadow, but already Optic, they'll be aware of that. They back off. Still Pycat continues to get the space up top.
Their supports are pretty poor on Optic. They're going to have some trouble keeping up with those, with the Dust and the Sentries to deal with the Moonlight Shadow. They need to get some towers to get those supports gold. I believe the Blink Dagger is pretty much done on 33, so we're probably going to see them trying to get more involved here with this axe soon. But I mean, they're really happy with the pace of the game. It's not like they're in any rush to be doing anything because this Morphling is having such a great time, as well as the other two cores.
There's a 4-man smoke here from vgj.thunder that doesn't look to find them anything. PPD coming in range, smoke will end, and vgj.thunder will just get a sentry down. DDC standing on high ground, does have vision of PPD, but PPD responding immediately with a kinetic field. Same time towards the mid, Yang charges forward, they'll cut down PPD. Jump forward though, 33.
That's the blink.
Does get the 2-man call, do they have to follow up though? Stone Gaze being popped by Sylar, actually found CCNC left alone on the front. DDC does get dunked down, but Thunder, they've claimed 2. Sleep onto the 2 of them from Zai. 33 still hanging around on the high ground. Fade is pretty low. Can 33 sort of jump in for this? Doesn't look like he wants to. As Thunder will take the trade.
And they got the arrow.
CCNC like that.
Yeah, they got the arrow connection on him after the net. So quick, easy kill. Pycat very happy anyway. They'll be able to clean that top tower. 2,500 gold. And have quite an early Lincoln's. Be able to block out those potential dooms. Doom. Walking up next to Pycat. 15 minutes. It's rune time.
And they'll get at least 3 of them. Oh, sorry.
2 for 2.
At least get the 2 down bottom.
So there hasn't been a Doom yet, and I think by the time the Morphling has Lincolns, there won't be a Doom just out just yet. So Optic definitely quite happy with this these first 15 minutes. But Thunder, they still have the Deuce up.
They've got the silent
completely
Medusa.
Free farming, and not getting pressured under those Ancients.
And how does sort of the Deuce match up against the Morph as the game goes on? It does get to sort of this point where both teams are just looking at their big cores.
I guess it really depends on positioning a lot of the times, and wherever this Elder Titan is. Like the ET does make a big difference to add in to make the Morphling that much more threatening with like the Ethereal Blade and all that. So you'd imagine the Morphling has a better time versus the Deuce in this game.
Yeah, it does feel like you always have to favor the sort of the hero that can just instantly delete someone out of the fight and then continue fighting at the late game stages where it can become incredibly scary just to lose someone.
The arrow comes out. They do see Pycat. Pycat moving forward, though. His team is collapsing behind DDC.
DDC in trouble by Leslie. He has got the ice path. Tries to get himself out of range of the sleep. Doesn't look like Pycat. Ah, there he is. Gets the deny in the tower.
Nice.
Indeed, Ed's over 33. Did try for a blink call into the trees in case he caught anyone TPing out. DDC with the jukes, though.
No way.
No way. He's getting out. DDC he's done it. He is out of there. At the same time, though, PPD will manage to get the kill on the freeze with CCNC. CCNC doomed.
But the glimpse from PPD sends the Doom all the way toward top CCNC.
That's going to save him.
Should be just fine. He's even got a shrine to reset. I can't believe DDC lived. That was unbelievable. And now that's Doom used.
That is.
Long duration.
Didn't get a kill out of it.
Long cooldown. And they've got Exorcism available for Optic, so they can look to take fights right now. And that's the Lincolns finished up for Pycat as well.
And another tower potentially. Bottom lane's left open. Pycat's pushing in. Sylar back to the area of farm, getting those 3 jungle camps cleaned up. Zai looking for some sort of a setup. Won't quite find it. Fade does have the song.
They're gonna find it.
Pycat got out. So it indeed is just Zai being left behind. Let's get out the ultimate. In fact, with the 33 just going to do a fair bit of damage. Fade getting bursted down low. Can 33 find the dunk? He can't quite, but the battle hunger may just do it. As indeed Fade will fall. Pycat's also coming across looking to see if he can find anything out of this, but there are 4 members of Thunder around.
I was pretty surprised to see 33 actually go in there when they saw all of Thunder reacting already, but they wanted to try to go for it. If they could have closed the gap, and Sylar was out of mana, they were close to getting PPD to getting that glimpse out. And that is an Exorcism used to try to take that fight as well.
Still an incredibly close game. 18 minutes in.
It's dead even. As expected, after we watched that first series, right? They were neck and neck,
yeah.
like 50%.
These teams very evenly matched, as it seems. Heals for CCNC now picked up. The Hurricane Pike for Sylar getting closer and closer.
Maelstrom finished,
though. Done here for Freeze.
Freeze is 6-2-1 after having that advantageous position in the laning phase. He just made the rotations and is making it work to catch himself up in that farm. It's like all eyes on Pyket, though, this Morphling.
They're starting to come up and sit behind him in case he gets jumped upon. Doesn't look like they'll find the opening. Warding down as well from Optic gives good information around this area. Maybe 33 can find the call. But the stomp to set up. Do they want to go and fight underneath this tower? They're thinking about it. And they will go for it, but there. Nice dodge there. With the illusions, Fade will keep himself alive. Now turn around Ice Path. To Pycat will start shifting into strength. Battle Hunt will into Freeze, but he jumps forward with the Moonlight. Trying to see if he can chase these heroes down with his Maelstrom. DDC also continue to close the gap. They have vision on him. Will be Thunderstrike. Deflecting route onto 33. 33 sort of left alone towards the top of this fight here. PPD's been taken out. 33 getting a good amount of spins onto Freeze, but it's not enough as Freeze keeps his distance. Thunder again taking down 2 members of Optic. The rest of them had to simply run away.
All of Thunder making that reaction up top. CCC, meanwhile, just pushing bottom. So they lose the axe. I mean, it's definitely a favorable trade, of course, for Thunder, but Optic's still able to get something at least out of the 5-man rotation from Thunder. Getting those bounty runes, CCC claiming only one of them down bottom. Now, Pycat gets caught by the arrow and the Doom.
He has got a lot of strength, but not nearly enough. They get that all-important catch onto the Morphling, that big target. It's indeed a massive kill for vgj Thunder.
And Sylar gets the last hit. It's not like he's on a kill streak or anything, but Sylar now level 16 and asleep.
Now they're going to get more.
Uh-oh.
The song setup from Fade is perfect. They've got the Ice Path to follow up as well as they close in. Sylar in the midst of it all, got the Stone Gaze out. Zai gets taken down. Beautiful setup with the song. As that's 3 out of the game at the moment from Optic. CCNC will fall as well. PPD, he's going down as well. 5 dead on Optic.
And they don't even get Sylar. They committed everything forward for it. I mean, they hemorrhaged so many kills in the last, like, look at this. I mean, the graph, they just, in the last, like, 2 or 3 minutes, they've given up, what, 7 heroes?
It's a perfect jump forward for Sylar's Medusa. That, I mean, that setup, that fight from Fade, the song was absolutely beautiful. Now Optic have to pick up the pieces.
And they can't really like take a fight right after this because they use the Exorcism exactly at that moment. And CCNC just dies very quickly during it.
There's a lot of money on Freeze as well. Yeah, fine. We'll see again here. And this attempt at the side. As soon as the Morphling was gone, you've got to sort of feel that for Optic, this is a fight that they don't want to be a part of. But Fade, as we saw, given no chance. As they not only get the tower, but are able to take that successful team fight afterwards.
He just gets like the perfect wraparound on them.
Yeah.
PPD was trying to make the aggressive play, but yeah, they get the ideal setup on 2.
And Sylar smartly as well, getting the Stone Gaze out before the song ended, so there was no way for a Static Storm or a Silence to come in time. Top lane. Optic straight back and looking for the plays. They will get the call and dunk down onto Yang. Maybe looking to get more out of this as well as the vision's there for DDC to be glimpsed back into the hands of 33. Turn, drop down the Magpapire. There's the Ice Path in turn from Pycat. Turns into the dragon himself.
Saw that efficiency? He even tried to liquid fire the tower. It actually disappeared midair. Though.
Oh, well, when he changed back?
Yeah, it disappeared midair because they glyphed for it, but it didn't even hit the tower. That was interesting. Claimed himself 2 kills. But now it's, I mean, Sylar is terrifying now. Hurtful Hurricane Pike, the Mask of Madness, getting close to that level 20 that we love so much on Dusa.
He is getting a lot of space, and that last fight, as we say, certainly did benefit him a lot.
Yeah.
A lot of money. All down to Pycat in terms of that E-Blade timing. So they can sort of have that chance to burst him. I mean, as we mentioned, ideally before that level 20.
Yeah. He can still take out most of the other heroes, though. They put Elder Titan Spirit on top. Although Zai is, I mean, Zai's very low level 7, so he actually doesn't even have the natural order just yet. But at level 8, we'd imagine he's going to take it, so he has at least gets that slight amplification. It's the most valuable point.
Well, overcome Thunder. They're going to find CCNC on the front line straight away. Will use himself up, trying to buy time for the rest of his team to come in and react. Static Storm has dropped down, but the Macropie is out onto CCNC. He's trying to walk his way out of it, but he's not getting away. Beam Doom taken out. He'll buy back immediately. They want to try and take this fight, Optic. The song's out from Fade. They'll start to back away. Freeze turns, takes down 33. Fade, can he get himself out of this one as well? He can. So a perfect song and disengage from Thunder means they get away with a kill. A buyback from CCNC achieves nothing.
Thunder on fire with these movements and these disengages. I mean, Fade, this Naga's really being quite a thorn in Optic's side right now. They really wanted to get something out of that buyback. Now they've got Exorcism and, oh, an Arcane Rune. They know Doom's down. This is time to go Roche.
Let's see what they can do and if they can get away with it.
All the ultis from Thunder were used. This is the perfect opportunity for Optic to try this.
And it's very quick as well, with Pycat shifted into the Agi.
Yep.
A lot of right click to take down Roche.
Yeah, they can get this one.
They've got it. And that money as well will put Pycat incredibly close to his E-Blade.
CCNC's like, oh, thank God we can get Roche. Otherwise, now my buyback looks pretty good. So they are able to get that one, but still 6K advantage for Thunder and that 10K experience advantage too. Fade now with level 12, so that song will be more often on the Naga Siren and a full Meteor Hammer finished up too, so they can go for these combo plays.
Let's see where they head. I mean, would you imagine that there's one side that should look to be a little more proactive?
I mean, they both probably feel like they have these like strong win conditions, right? Optic's like, we've got this Morphling that's gonna be able to take care of this game. Death Prophet always gonna be a damage dealing force as long as you can protect her. And Optic, you know, they've got the ET to buff it up. Meanwhile, Thunder, they're like, we've got Doom, we've got Dusa. They've got a great way to scale into the late game, so both probably feeling comfortable going to the later stages. It's going to be a lot based on like how they can set up the initiations, and I mean if they get like a sleep into like a 2 or 3 man Ice Path, of course Thunder's going to be very happy. But if the Axe gets a good call, you know, it can go both ways, especially in this game when it's very even drafts and just overall. Of course, Thunder favored game, but quite even in the grand scheme of things. With Optic now having mages. So now the E-Blade. E-Blade is done.
It is there. They have that burst. Pycat. Finding the tower. Freeze tries for an arrow. Creep will block it.
Gotta be careful. PPD's trying to get closer to get the glimpse. Wasn't able to.
We find DDC though towards the mid lane. CCNC with the Yule setup. 33 of PPD able to come round with the Battle Hunger Thunderstrike upon him. DDC has got no chance.
33 tries to catch if anybody's up on that high ground. Siler right now has level 20 as well as the full Eye of Scotty finished.
Look, they want to try and fight here. Straight up into the arrow. They've got the control, holding down the axe on the back of it. But at the same time, Pycat gets in there. He bursts down Freeze. That's the Mirana gone. Turns into Freeze himself, but the Mirana tries to jump away, but there's the song. Can they do anything there? There's only 3 alive on Thunder, and they don't want to fight this.
They don't have the Jakiro or anything. That was a weird song by Fade. It seemed like he wanted Siler to go in with the Stone Gaze, but they don't have all their heroes in their first 5. That one was a questionable one, and now Siler gets glimpse back, but able to force himself away from that kinetic field.
Have to be careful. They actually take it down. You get the tower, though. Another objective taken by Optic, because they will start once again to close that lead that Thunder got after that top fight. Still 21-12. 27 minutes in. Sylar still yet to die this game. 5-0-7 on Medusa.
Quite a scare. You got those crucial items. Look at this. So unbelievably tanky now.
Yeah. Even with that aura and the burst from Pycat, it's maybe going to bring him down to half.
Maybe not with this blade. That's one that can definitely put a bit of a change in. Sure, still very tanky on the Dusa, but it'll help. You know, every single little thing versus this Dusa is going to be needed from Optic. And now CCNC also has a BKB, so CCNC level 20 is getting closer, so he's at least got level 3 Exorcism and BKB to be able to get into the back lines. That's going to be the important thing, is to not just die from the combo. If he gets like slept, he can pop that BKB before the arrow hits.
See the comparison there between Pycat and Silent Net were very, very close between the two of them. And understandable. The Deuce has just been that little more active in terms of getting involved in the fights at these earlier stages.
Yeah, Siler's gotten a lot of cleanup kills.
Yeah.
It's been very nice for him.
See what Optic looking forward is. Siler immediately popping the Stone Gauge. They do manage to get the Doom out as well. Ice Path down on two of the Thunder. They want to try and fight this. The ult comes out from Zyber. There's not enough damage to kill them off, and it's in fact Optic falling low. PPD's been taken out. 33 still trying to chase CCNC going in, but he's doomed. He can't fight this. He's getting caught out. They've got the Ice Path as well onto Pycat. Pycat's going to lose the Aegis. Zai as well, being chased down by Siler. This was not a fight that Optic wanted to take as they come in. They lose 3 and the Aegis. Pycat and 33, the last 2 left alive. The Ice Path just to catch the 33 does come in with a big call. They do manage to nuke down Siler there. Big plays from Pycat and 33, but 33 is not getting out. He'll get taken down. At least with that cool play, 33 is able to salvage the fight, get 2 core kills for Optic Gaming, but still
almost completely salvaged.
I mean,
actually. I mean,
the gold
and everything. Good. Yeah, that was. I mean, that was.
Siler was worth a lot. Who got the money for it? Was it 33 or Pycat? It was Pycat as well. That's a lot of money for Pycat.
Level 21 now too. A lot of experience too, because that's the level 22 Dusa.
Pycat gets
another one.
I mean, that play from 33.
They won the fight. Yep, 33.
Absolutely.
Just that single play there brings them back in the fight. CCNC was not able to get the BKB up before the Doom in that instance in the fight, so. Sure, he got the Exorcism, but no Spirit Siphon charges or anything.
I mean, yeah, thanks to 33's play, Pycat's now got a Butterfly. We'll see it again here. So this sort of starts the fight very awkward for Optic because the Stone Gaze comes out beforehand. They do get that crucial Doom out. Immediately, BKBs are there, so the Static Storm as such does not matter. Yang chased them down one by one. CCNC just trying to get as much damage out as he can heading forward, even though he's been doomed. But we'll see it again, that fantastic turnaround for 33 as it looked like 33 and Pycat, they're on their hind legs having to run out of there. But 33 says, I can get back in. He sees an opportunity for a call.
Was it 4? I think he caught 4 heroes, right?
It was pretty damn beautiful. At least 3. We'll see here. So Pycat gets gone and the Ice Path comes out to catch him. And then 33, he turns. It's bam. It's 4.
It's 3. DDC gets out.
Was just out. But still, it's the 2 big ones, and they get Yang and Siler. That's a lot of money for Optic, thanks to 33's sacrificial play.
Yeah, very nicely done. I mean, if he hadn't done that, the fight's like very lost. And now Pycat full Eye of Scotty.
Okay, went for the Scotty instead of the Butterfly because he's got the Butterfly queued up.
Some more stats, better ways to shotgun. Too.
Sure. A little bit of help.
And helps chase too.
So helps slow down sort of the damage output from the Deucer as well, getting that slow onto it.
Yeah, the great thing about the Eye of Scotty is also you waveform through, and since you have the waveform attacks targets, you apply that slow across the waveform as well.
And
so
you become the Deucer. You know what I mean? You can. With the split and such. Fantastic for the stats. Talking about the Deucer Siler, 3.3k gold towards his Butterfly.
Optic's looking to fight.
But it really is, it's stepping up into that game we thought it would be, the Pycat versus Siler.
Yes, definitely. I mean, you look at that net worth, they're neck and neck. Pretty much everybody's kind of just even across the board here. Still a 5k gold lead for Thunder. But they've got a lot of that backpacked on Siler, as you were mentioning, that 4k gold.
33, jumps in, he gets the call onto 2. Manages to track Freeze back for a little bit. Freeze did get the leap out, so was able to keep the distance despite being taunted.
They're looking for Pycat.
They've got the perfect timing. The perfect timing. The Meteor Hammer off the top. Absolutely perfect, and now Thunder can strike back. They get 33. They'll get CCNC as well. Woo. He got the timing down to a T there, Fade, with the Naga Siren
plays. Let's see the fight recap.
He does have the Bassi. He certainly did the
three Bassi toggles.
The 3
Look at that.
Bassi toggles.
The crucial thing that we talked about.
Perfectly
this time gets it
executed by Fade.
Beautiful.
That will be the completed Butterfly for Siler. Off the back of that fight. Roshan is also going to be back up as well very shortly. 30 seconds. And both teams certainly have the potential to take it. I'm going to argue that Thunder's fight around the pit may just be that little more scary with the Stone Gaze and the Song of the Siren. Yeah, they've got a lot of great ways to stop Optic getting Roche and taking it themselves with the damage that Freeze and Siler have now.
Always scary to contest Roche when you're, playing into Naga Siren, of course.
And they'll scout it out. Illusions in, Fade. Continuing to do big things for his team. As that will be the shot.
They have to start prioritizing this Naga Siren in the fights in particular. They have to try to catch Fade before he can get those setups. Now that he's got this combo.
see what Pike out. Going for the BKB next.
Yeah, I think has.
I mean, I think
to try.
it was you as you were saying. Even though it's sort of frame perfect, if you do shift Q the BKB, you can BKB before the stun hits at the same frame.
You should be able to, in theory.
I believe I believe that's the only way out of that sort of combo.
Yeah, I've seen some people say that you can do it in some situations, but it's not 100% reliable to get the meteor hammer. And some people don't know. Like, I know KP. We were talking to him, and he says it's not reliable, but some other people claim it is. So, I mean, who really knows?
I think it is proven reliable. I think it's proven reliable. Apart from BKB is the only thing that can get you out of that frame perfect setup.
Yeah.
But we'll find out.
You can also blink. You can blink in some situations too if you're facing the right direction. But
sure.
Yeah.
C33. He's being hunted. Zai.
It's the dust, but
he's going to get jumped on immediately. Yang's in with the blink, the setup for the arrow for free. Zai will fall.
They're looking for more.
They might be able to get it as well with DDC. Tries the ice path, but Optic just a little too far away. That Roche is up there. That is the focus. Pycat does have a double damage.
He can look to hit base if his team can try to distract them too. DD Morphling is quite threatening. All of Thunder still in the area. They don't want to really. Optic doesn't really want to try to take a fight with 4 anyway. They are going to smoke though. Thunder's got everything available.
Okay. They know if they take a fight, they're going to be able to take the rush.
If they can get the jump.
If they can at least take, at least taking one hero out, that gives them a good option. And they turn towards PPD. Straight in, no chance for the Disruptor to do anything. That's PPD gone. He'll buy back immediately. He knows this Roche is important. No hesitation there from Peter.
I mean, they can't let Deuce have Aegis and Cheese in these situations. That completely nullifies everything that they're trying to do.
That gets to the point where Thunder can just walk down the lane and end the game.
Yeah.
With those 2 items.
Optic. They're scouting out the Deuce. Siler not afraid though, just leading the charge.
Still, Thunder hesitant to take the Roche whilst the entire side of Optic is alive.
Still positioned all around it though. Got to make sure to guard it. We got Moonlight Shadow.
Once again.
How's the detection? They've got dust. Only one set of dust, and they have 1 sentry mid, yeah.
And they'll be spotted out.
And as we're talking about, is like the poorness of the supports really starts to add up when you're playing versus this Piranha.
They're going to head in.
They're going in.
They're going in. Zai will send the Spirit over. They know what's going on. Sylar backs up, but he's straight back in. They want to commit for the Roche. They feel confident around this area now.
Yeah, I mean, they've got Naga, so they're just getting information. They're looking toward that high ground. You see the mirror images scouting out.
I don't think Optic can get in here at all, and I think Optic realized that.
Fade might just pop the song to make sure that they secure it.
Maybe they could try for a steal play.
He's going to pop. Yeah, he's stopped canceling the song.
If 33 can get him, 33 is going to go in straight away. But the song's out immediately. vgj.thunder getting the information they need to take this fight. Dean on the side, DP caught out alone. CCNC, he's out of this one. Roshan's down, Sylar claims the Aegis. Buyback immediately from CCNC. They try for the E-Blade combo to Fade, but Fade mirror images it off. He's fine. Turn around with the Stone Gaze is impossible for Optic to fight into. Buyback from 33 as he's been taken out. He wants to get back in. They're popping the Exorcism. BKB is one on CCNC as they focus towards Sylar. Sylar getting punched out from Pycat. They'll kill Sylar once. 33 the control of the onto Fade and DDC. DDC turns with the Ice Palm, but that's the Shakira down. DDC buys back in Pycat, punching back in with the BKB. He's keeping himself alive. They've taken down Sylar a second time. That's going to be Yangon as well. Fade turns towards. Can they finish him off? DDC turns with the Ice Buff to hold back Pycat, but Zai moves forward. He's got his eyes on DDC. He's going to have the Spirit back up in a few seconds. 33 is down for 60 seconds. He did die back in that fight, but the same to be said for members of Thunder, as they have to retreat.
He wasn't even able to get the cheese off on Sylar because I guess he just got killed so fast. He had the Death Prophet on top of him with Exorcism. Pycat, of course, the Morphling on top of him, but Elder Titan, the Aura. He had his hero on top of him, so that armor is gone. The magic distance as well. They're able to actually just bring Sylar down before that cheese gets popped. I think he'd probably die instantly. He died relatively fast if he even gets the cheese off anyway. So those buybacks, Optic coming in clutch, and the call by 33 catching 2 heroes on the side as well while Sylar gets isolated.
Absolutely. as you say, you know, on paper, what cost them, 3 buybacks, but it's absolutely worth it. This was the fight that they had to fight around. If Sylar gets the Aegis and Cheese and they're in a good position to reset and push to 5, the game could be over for Optic. But Optic throw everything in at that situation to make sure that they can take the Aegis out of the hands of Sylar and make sure that they can sort of pull vgj Thunder apart at this crucial time where Thunder could have got the momentum to end the game.
Yeah, definitely.
We'll see again here just how quickly Sylar falls for the exorcism upon him. And the right clicks of Pycat.
I wanted to see if he actually put the cheese back in his inventory in time. I don't know if he was going to use it anyway, but I think he probably dies just way too quickly.
Yeah,
he's hit by the Echo Stomp, and then he gets, okay, Pycat follows up with the Stomp afterwards. I was wondering if he was controlled. So that's, I mean, that was cool play by Pycat, turning into the Doom and using the War Stomp that the Doom had stolen.
10k lead still for Thunder, but as we say, that sort of first sort of chance for Thunder to really go for the game is taken away. It is closed for now, as Optic Gaming able to strike back, but it is also, of course, this risky position they're in, Optic. There's sort of 5 minutes with these buybacks unavailable.
Yeah, spend your gold. TCNC going to be going for that. Lincoln's needs
Sylar,
to.
hit its 25, takes the +7 split shot targets this game.
Okay.
You a fan of that, or?
He doesn't really have too much that gets affected by the modifier just yet.
Yeah.
It's just like Scotty, so.
Let's see, as they stand right behind Sylar. Making sure that if Optic Gaming do come for an attempt on his life, they get a nasty surprise.
They've given Freeze the cheese, and looking at Freeze, he packs pretty hard punch. Daedalus, Mjolnir, Dragonlance. So if he's left alone,
33
takes all the brunt of the force.
This is a tricky place to be in Faith. Song comes out. There's the timing. Out it goes down onto the axe. The rest of the team are out of there. That's 33 gone for a minute without buyback. But oh, look at this. Yang, he's in. Pops the BKB to stop the glimpse back. He wants to make sure they can chase down for more as he gets the Infernal Blade down onto PPD. Kinetic Field will not hold back the Doom as Yang reaches across the electrical field with his sword and slams Peter down. 2 kills. Thunder maintaining their advantage this game.
You could see that, you know, Optic, as soon as they see the axe getting gone, they just try to full bail because they, you know, like you said, the buybacks on cooldown for still about 4 minutes for the majority of their heroes.
Fade as well with this farm, straight for the Hex. This is his first big item after the hammer.
I was wondering what he's going to get because I saw him have like 3k saved up for quite a bit. Considering maybe he might go for like that Aghanims, but the Hex is really nice. And okay.
Assault Caress on Deuce, a little bit different.
It's the way to counteract if the ET is standing on top of you. You need that plus armor.
That plus armor.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's, I mean, you're versus Death Prophet as well. You need to have the plus armor mostly versus the Elder Titan though.
Yeah. And it's a great item to help end the game.
Yep.
For that siege potential. Which Thunder, they, as we say, you know, with this advantage, they are certainly in a position where they can try for the push. At the same time, we may see them sort of hesitate, wait back until the next Roshan. If they want to wait and push only with the Aegis and Cheese, having the Refresher shard as well, of course, on someone like the Doom could be huge for them to close the game up.
They're just trying to keep map control. They don't want to get too excited. Can't really go high ground without Aegis or Cheese. Keep this map control going, try to limit what Optic can get. Keep getting those bounty runes.
But still, despite sort of the chaos going on, it continues to be that game with Pycat and Sylar, the 2 massive cores at the top of the game, head to head. Who is going to be able to carry their team through this?
It's still crazy how they're, I mean, it's a 14k deficit, but it still feels like it can go either way, depending on whoever gets these like initiations, whoever gets these jumps. But 40 minutes, you know, these double runes are going to start coming out. Thunder with this map control, they could look to try to go for those DD controls and look for that Roche when it does spawn. We'll be finding out in about 2 minutes how long for that one. Optic all playing together. Their buybacks starting to come back up. 40 seconds for PPD and about 2 minutes for the Axe as well for Death Prophet.
Yeah, so certainly starting to get close to that point where they are out of that big danger zone on their 2 cores, as you say.
Thunder is trying to take a fight. They know that those buybacks are still on cooldown. And they see mid lane pushing in, they see bottom lane pushing in. They know that Optic is playing around this top side right now. Look at this wraparound.
Pycat just purchased a butterfly. He's without buyback. He went all in on that purchase.
PPD.
It's going to be dispelled by the moonlight. They get eyes onto PPD. The rest of the team coming through. But CCC will put the exorcism immediately. Silence onto Sylar, but Sylar doesn't need magic. He just turns and shoots down PPD. Jump forward from Yang.
Doom gets blocked by Lincoln's.
And now with the BKBs up, they can try and turn and fight. Optic Pycat goes straight towards Yang. That's going to be the Doom cut down indeed. 33 with the control on 2. The other time out will be juked out as he forces himself to the side, but the damage from CCC coming through onto Sylar. Sylar's down. They're taking out the Deucer. No Medusa for 100 seconds. DDC as well. Potentially trouble. The song comes out, but DDC will still die to the ghost. 3 dead on vgj Thunder. Fade will be able to TP himself out back to safety, but Thunder lose 3. And we talked about lack of buybacks on Optic. It's Thunder as well. They do not have the ability to buy back.
33's going in for more.
He is. He's looking for the RNG, and he'll get it. 33. He's done a lot this game.
I mean, he's came in, 7, 10, and 8, but he's coming in so clutch, getting the perfect calls. He catches the Deucer inside of the Earth Splitter as well, and they have more than enough damage with that Elder Titan aura on top to bring down Sylar. 60 seconds without this Deucer. What can Optic make of it? Just looking to control, fix the map control a bit here.
I mean, for they themselves as well, it may be a case of saying we do not want to push without Roshan. If they go for a failed push, lose the team fight, they'll lose Roshan as well to vgj Thunder.
I just realized that 33 also got 1,300 gold for Freeze. Freeze was on an unstoppable streak.
There we go. 33. Already looking for the next play. He's got the Shadow Blade.
God, the fear now. The scare for Freeze now in so many situations. If Freeze gets called with a Blade Melt, he's gonna kill himself. If he gets a crit on that Blade Melt, it's more than likely that he's gonna die.
He's dead every time. They need someone to use up the axe or something, but I mean, they have got to use on Jakiro. He has to use the axe if the axe calls Freeze. That's the only way Freeze can survive, or have a chance of surviving.
Trying to get a little bit of some chip damage on this tower here. Cliff is forced. Sylar is back up now.
Got this ward giving them crucial information. Optic.
Who has the gem, by the way? I was trying to find out. It is, okay. CCNC who has it from PPD.
And Roshan's going to be back up in just under a minute. That's certainly the time where we can expect both teams to clash head-to-head once again.
A lot about these smoke-on-smoke actions, whoever can get the better setup. Thunder tried to go for a sneak play, but Optic they seemed a bit aware of it.
And that's that Hex now in play for Fade.
And also, I mean, the big also thing that happened in the last fight was the Doom. It didn't catch anybody, right? The double Lincolns.
Indeed, the Lincolns
coming up from Death Prophet as well as more. Yeah.
4,800 gold back up on Pycat. 31k in total now, with a 2k lead between him and Sylar. A lead that's sort of switching around between the two of them after each team fight.
And I mean, the gold lead, mentioning that from Thunder, they were getting close to a 15k gold lead. It is pretty much at 0 now. Yang.
Oh, he'll be able to steal that
illusion, bro. He's got to speed away. 33 jumps forward.
Does get the call into the juice, but instant stop. It's going to come out. And they find any sort of set. Look at the ice part. Meteor Hammer down onto the axe. Macropite down for the Misfit, but they're ready to fight. The 3-man silence from CCNC comes through. But the Stone Gate was out in time. The Stone Gate's holding back Pycat, but Pycat's able to pop the BKB, trying to punch into Sylar. Waveforms to the side, looking for the easier kills. Freeze eats the cheese. He's back up to full, and Pycat now getting turned upon. Will be able to waveform himself away. CCNC still alive despite the Doom. 33 comes back in, gets the call, and Freeze indeed killing himself on the Blade Melody axe. That's Freeze gone for 100 seconds. 33 will get a hexed up and shot down by Sylar. If they get anything more out of this Zai, on the side, the stomp, the sleep onto Fade. Quick burst from Pycat with the E-Blade takes out the Naga Siren. A turn now back towards Sylar.
Isolating
CCNC
Sylar.
has to slow with the Siphon. Sylar, Hurricane pikes himself to the side, but Pycat ready with the chase down. The slow from the Skadi, setting up for the 2-man kinetic build from PPD. Sylar, he's in trouble. He's out of this one. He'll buy back immediately. But his teammates do not have buyback available, so it'll only be Sylar and Yang left to hold on their own.
How can Freeze hit? Freeze just gets blink called and Blade Melody
just dies
got the
vision for Yang to be glimpsed back. The high ground ward coming into play, just placed down from Optic, so they can drag back the Doom, take down another.
They've got 5, and it's just a Deucer now. Can Sylar push 33
again? These calls, these controls, setting up for huge kills for Optic as they surround him. He's doing a lot of damage in return. 33 is going to kill himself. The right clicks with Sylar are too much. Sylar will survive.
CCNC tipped Sylar a little bit too early there. Come on. They do have 4 dead though, so they can look to push.
Indeed, it's a lot of time. It's a lot of space for Optic to keep on pushing. They'll clean up the mid set of racks. They turn towards the top lane. Still Sylar, the only man left standing.
Glimpsing him away, trying to buy any time that they can go for just taking out these buildings.
As Optic are taking so much, despite not having CC and despite not having 33, still that play from 33 gave them time to push Sylar back for that little bit of a moment. Sylar moves forward, but the Stone Gaze instantly held back by the stun. They will start to back off now with the Naga Siren alive. They know that there's the threat of the Song of the Siren from Fade, and they will retreat. So they don't get the top racks, but they have got themselves that middle set of racks. They now have that 3K gold lead. Optic proving to be incredibly scary, turning around a 15K gold advantage that Thunder did have just moments ago.
Yeah, it was like every little thing coming into play there too. Like even this level 25 on Death Prophet too is just so ridiculous in some situations. Like CCNC got doomed,
and he's out
but he had the Death Prophet ulti already, so he walks away and starts kind of like kiting back and forth during that whole fight too. It was really well executed by almost all of Optic. It was looking awkward too, right, in that like cluster of an area with the Dusa. They were able to take that fight, and it's really a lot because Freeze can't even play. He literally just gets blink called and he's dead.
He is absolutely dead. I mean, he's not being deterred from building the right click though. He wants to get the MKB next, so he's continuing to go for this. There's no sort of item that he's buying that may help out. Something like an Eon Disc may sort of save him.
They need this rush. Pycat now also has a full MKB, so 6-slotted Morphling. Axe is respawning.
They're coming in. They're ready to go forward, but there's the song. Can they actually finish it in time during this song?
They should be able to.
It's kind of close. There might be time for him to waveform in, but he can't. Indeed, they'll get the Rose, they'll get the Aegis, the Cheese, the Refresher Shard. It's all the VGJ Thunders, but still Optic. They want to fight. CCNC comes forward. He's got his hold up, but he's been doomed. He's been rooted. He's been held in place. Sylar with the right clicks will do it. Taking down CCNC, but immediately buying back on the Death Prophet. Pycat chasing down Sylar. He wants to take him down once. He turns into the Doom, but Sylar, he's got the Stone Gaze. Pycat frozen in place. Sylar still alive for now on a sliver of health. He has got the Aegis. They'll take him down once, but Freeze is dead. DDC is dead. Sylar only with the backup of Yang and Fade. Is it enough? The instant sleep comes through. Sylar getting surrounded. Yang will turn with the Doom, but the burst damage from Pycat's enough. Sylar's down for 2 minutes 33 again. The two-man call. Holding in place Yang. Holding in place Fade. Pycat gets the triple kill. Everybody's dead on Thunder.
And GG. Oh my goodness.
What a game one for Optic.
This 33's calls in this game were ridiculous, but Pycat played really well in the Morphling too. This was a very well executed game by Optic, which looked like Thunder might take it. I mean, 15K gold lead. They looked very comfortable in this one. But
it was the buyback. That Roshan fight, as we said, that was the point where Thunder could win the game.
Yes.
They get the Aegis and Cheese there, they push, they can end it. I mean, but Optic throw everything, 3 buybacks into that fight. They are able to secure that sort of rocky portion of the game. And as you say, from then on, 33 consistently in these fights, getting the Berserker causes that they're needed. And the Pycat Morphling. We said it at the start, this guy will carry the game on his Morph, and he certainly did this time around. 15-2-8.
And in a lot of those situations, they were able to isolate Sylar. They kind of ignored the Medusa for a bit in the fights, but then they're able to, once she has like none of her teammates around, isolate. Elder Titan gets on top of her. You see how much damage comes through. But
he died pretty quickly.
He dies very quickly, and you could see in all these situations. I saw Freeze had 20,000 net worth on this Mirana, but in every single fight, just blink, call, blade mail, dead.
Absolutely.
20K down the drain.
Yeah, as you say, you've got to, even though he died 12 times, but it was absolutely worth it because you say he was bringing Freeze down with him every time. 33 incredible axe plays, even to the later portions of this game at 15 minutes in, as you say, just making Freeze useless despite Freeze being 66-15. He was having a great game, and then 33 came along and put a stop to it. But that's game one of this best of 3 series that we did expect to be an absolute banger, and it certainly is looking to be so after game 1 as Optic take the advantage.
Indeed they do. Lightning does strike twice, it seems, as far as vgj Thunder is concerned. That's a bad set of Lightning as well. They said they threw away the game earlier and they should have won the series too, and I wonder whether they'll think that again here after being 12K ahead, and they have lost the opening game to Optic. Our 3 panel members are all here ready and willing to bring you their thoughts. Sunsfan, what do you make of that?
Morphling is a good hero when it goes late game. You know, I was actually thinking the most entertaining heroes to watch when it gets super late and you're super farm. Morphling is probably top 3 with maybe like Storm Spirit. What do you guys think?
Dusa's like bottom 3.
Dusa's garbage.
That's why I went for Optic.
She's literally a siege
about
tank,
exciting heroes.
Nobody wants to watch siege tanks, but yeah, Morphling, Pycat, that's one of his favorite heroes, and it shows.
It is. We don't unfortunately get to see the start of this game because at the start of this game, Yang was a bit of a Houdini. He got away with 1 HP.
That was amazing.
Literally just 1 HP.
Battlehanger just...
it wasn't a good tiding either for vgj Thunder. I mean, where did it go wrong for you? Was it that Roche fight?
I mean,
Optic won after they lost the Roche?
Yeah, for sure. I think that buybacks are playing such an important part in so many of the comebacks in these games. It feels like winning the initial fight is actually bad in a lot of these situations, especially the ones around Roshan. This was another monster turning point by 33. I know Black is going to be very disappointed with,
he wouldn't have gotten called.
With Freeze's arrow in that fight that completely whiffed the Morphling as he was reviving from Aegis. Would have been a very different fight.
I mean, Freeze has had a tough game considering that he couldn't even hit the Roche, so...
Yeah.
Kind
embarrassing.
Of big and static and fairly easy to hit.
A couple of arrows missed the Roche.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, you know who didn't miss? 33. Boy's a beast.
No, this guy was on fire in this game. We talked about him at ESL 1 a couple of weeks ago, saying he didn't really have that good at all. It wasn't terrible, but it wasn't quite as...
We were saying
to expect.
We were saying he didn't have the he didn't have that many of the signature Visage Broodmother games that he single-handedly carries because Optic didn't find an opportunity to draft it for him. But here with just a simple axe,
amazing,
a red dude with an axe. That's all he is.
I mean, it didn't even feel like Mirana was doing damage because she was just killing herself the whole game, right? It felt like Mirana wasn't even in the game half the time.
Okay, so the only counter to Blade Mail Axe.
Yes, I'm really waiting to hear this, yes.
Satanic.
Oh, Satanic.
You know why?
Huh.
You click it before he calls you. It's not that hard to react, honestly, because the call animation is quite long, and you will not take a single point of damage.
For the audience who's outside of the joke right now, let me bring you in real quick.
Joke.
Black is some sort of satanic memer, and he's not wrong. The satanic is the counter to the Blade Mail, but my boy Black over here he's got some real memey ideas about satanic.
Now he's a satanic memer.
I don't.
In any other industry, this would be a worry right now.
He's trying to tell me the Pycat should be going satanic on his Morphling or something.
I told you Medusa would go for it, and he wanted to go.
Yes, it's a 6th item. I absolutely agree with that. I don't think there's anything wrong with that on Dusa.
Same
as a 6th item.
On Morphling too. Because of the waveform talent.
He's like backstage and he's trying to craft these narratives where he's like, so you're Dusa and you're out of mana.
You're basically saying that the Jakiro's 6th item is
satanic.
Not satanic.
What? What?
Oh, I think I might have found the only.
There's only an edgy hero.
Oh, only edge.
Some strength. Like Huskar. Oh, satanic.
Yeah, that's a good one. This game, I feel like...
I'm waiting for the other shooter drop. You know there's going to be some weird-ass strength hero. He's going to tell me, like, Earthshaker, Enchant Totem, 500% hit with the Satanic. Instant heal.
Look at this fight now. If he had a Satanic here on Medusa, just look at it, boys. Everyone.
Yeah, we're watching.
Everyone.
Yeah. Watch the end of this fight when he's out of mana.
Everyone watch.
If he had the Satanic here.
Wait, if he had a Satanic right here. Wait, not yet. Not yet. Wait, he turns soon. Right here.
You can't get out.
Right here.
Satanic.
You would be full health all the time, and you would actually win this fight. I'm not kidding.
For 5 seconds, you'd be full health, and then you would die.
No, but they have no health left.
You wouldn't even get full health.
But you life leech 5 targets.
This has been the past 45 minutes, by the way, that you guys missed back at home.
I just want to have Alan here right now.
Alan will look up the stats for you.
Because he could do the stats, like, how much HP does he... I'm serious, or 700%, something like that.
Satanic, Slark, what are the stats behind it?
No Slark.
You said it's all agility heroes.
No,
I said agility heroes only. Not all golden, though.
Oh, okay.
Exactly. But yeah, like, that one fight at Roche.
Would it have made any difference to the result of this game, though?
He would have lived earlier. That's what Black is saying.
That fight there.
Yeah, so the fight. So
I mean, he wouldn't have died.
Maybe
he would have killed them.
But is that enough? Because there were more issues than that
in
this game, weren't there?
Before that game, they kind of lost control, but they got to get it back somehow, right?
Yeah.
And like the Mirana could have carried it actually, but he got called all the time. If that didn't happen, he would just like right-click the morph.
But seriously, think about how many of these Roshan fights, right? Where you go in and you actually win the initial fight, the enemy team buys back, and of course they're going to win the secondary fight. And they do that. They then have control of the Roshan pit you're going to try and buy back too, but it's just not going to have the same kind of effect.
And you're playing against an Elder Titan, probably the best Roche defender in the entire game. And the crazy thing is most of these Roche fights were without CC&C. He gets doomed immediately. They're just chasing him around. Everybody, and Morphling is just doing all the damage on the side.
That's how we play against Doom and these Enigmas and everything. Like, one big ult that just kills you, you buy back, they don't have it, and then you just crush the team fight. Because the hero without Doom is just not that scary at all.
Yeah. You have your bait hero, I think, almost always in these late game scenarios where you're the person who has buyback and you're the person who's going to get initiated on, and you're going to accept that, and you're just going to instantly buy back Boots of Travel in if possible.
See, this is where the old Necro Ags came into play.
Ah, true.
The new
Disabling, but no. Because you can still buy back.
Yeah, but that's like, how much? 50 seconds? 40, 50 seconds?
It's, I think, 45 seconds level 3.
Yeah, it's insane.
I think I figured out that you can actually get something like a, I think it was like a 4-minute death timer or something like that. Yeah, if it's one of those situations, you're 25, right? You get killed from the Aghanims, you die back, come back into the game, you get the Aghanims killed again, and it's just like some absurdly long, some absurdly long death timer. You just like, all right, take your hands off the keyboard, I'm done.
I'm gonna go cook.
Yeah, you can definitely make a coffee, come back again, and you still wouldn't be alive.
Yeah, I think it's like 240 seconds.
And suddenly the team won, and you're like, whoa.
That's absolutely crazy. 15-2-8 for Pycat in that game. Is he your MVP?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I'd say, I still say 33.
Wow.
I mean, he literally took Mirana out of the game. Like, that's one core that's just deleted, essentially, right?
And he was the initiator. You know, as Fog said, he enjoyed some of the calls that he made in that game, so let's find out.
Yeah, I'm okay with
Plus,
that.
he played one of the best heroes in the game. Most exciting heroes in the game.
And his name is badass. Nita Saphira.
That's Shapira?
Yeah, Shapira.
Shapira.
Very good.
It is an amazing name.
If only he bought Satanic on Axe and he got the attack speed talent.
And the counter helix.
Exactly.
This is the attack speed that you think is going to get buffed to like 100.
Yes. The
at
axe,
level 10.
All right, we were having this discussion off panel, but the whole axe attack speed, the level 10 attack speed talent plus the level 20 counter helix when you attack, that needs to become a thing, guys.
What?
Can we just say, let's fast forward 1 year from today. Can you honestly say that will not be viable?
Yes.
Like
really enjoying our discussions about Dota 3 right now.
I can say it. It's not going to be viable.
It's going to be great.
All right, well,
it's going to be too good.
I'm going to move on. We're going to move on. We're going to let these guys just, carry on arguing with each other because we need to go and pay some bills. When we come back, though, we'll find out whether Optic can close things out and claim a place in the upper bracket.